Yo, what's going on, guys? It's Hedge. Welcome back to the stage. We got some news. Before that, please bear with me. I'm running off of like very little sleep. I had to do what was it, a 4 o'clock to 10 p.m. shift, and immediately had to come back in to do 5:30 to 1 p.m. So I'm hanging in there. But I wanted to talk about this because we got some new news regarding the Barney documentary. So we all know Barney the dinosaur has a 2022 documentary that's coming out on the Peacock streaming service. We had it announced like what in 2020 was it or something like that? I don't remember. It was something like that, and we heard nothing from it at all the entire time. There was like no marketing behind it or anything. But now we finally have not only a release date, but we have a name as well. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go down. It's part of the Peacock. They're calling it a doc fest, like a documentary festival sort of thing, where they're gonna be uploading or putting out documentaries over a short period of time as part of this little festival thing. There's one about Rosa Parks, Prince Andrew, but Barney is also part of that. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna scroll all the way down. There is a little bit of a trailer. I'm not gonna post snippets of it because I don't know if there's gonna be like a content ID sort of thing with that with Peacock, but I will show photos and images from that. And right here is where we get to it. So this is Barney's whole section. It tells us everything we need to know about what this documentary will be. So right off the bat, we have a name. I Love You, You Hate Me. That's the name of the Barney documentary that will be coming out on October 12th. So it's not that far away at this point. We didn't have any idea of a release date or anything. People were saying summer, people were saying fall. Now we know it's October 12th, and it's essentially finished. So let's talk about the title because it's I Love You, You Hate Me. Now, when I first read that, I read that without seeing any of the snippets from the trailer that was put out, right? When I first read it, I was not really, and I know a lot of people weren't, but like it felt very childish is not the right word, but it's one of those things where like it's a very easy like yes, of course that's what you would call it, right? But it also it felt very sharp and blunt for something like Barney. But when you see the snippets from the trailer, you really start to get an idea of like why it was called that. So let's go to the description that they have for this documentary, right? So it says, I Love You, You Hate Me is a limited series chronicling the rise and fall of Barney the dinosaur's furious backlash and what it says about the human need to hate. From Barney bashing to frat parties to homicidal video games, something in American society broke into a million pieces and it's never been put together again. Or is this just who we were all along? I like this a lot. What we see down here is, it says documentary limited series, 2 by 60 minutes. So that means that they're going to be doing two episodes. It's a 2 episode documentary, and they're each going to be about 60 minutes, and they're doing a binge drop with it. So they're just going to drop it. So essentially, it's a 2 hour documentary, which is great. You know, that's a great length of time. It's a good lengthy length of time for a documentary. You don't really need anything overly beefy for something like Barney. You could, but like it's not really necessary for what they're trying to do. And in the snippet, they were showing certain clips and saying they were mainly talking about the backlash itself, not the show and not the impact of the show, but like they were talking about the backlash that came as a result of the show. And from all this, it was like a few seconds, right? From what was shown in the trailer, it seems as though they're really going to be diving into this into the whole situation behind why Barney was hated for so long, why people may have had this dislike for a character that was so beloved around the world. It's that kind of thing, not just Barney bashing specifically, but like how that affected the actors and the production and everything. And I like that a lot. What bothered me at first was thinking that they could possibly end up having that as the entire thing, right? Like they're only going to be talking about and trying to discuss why it fell, which is great, right? You can do a lot with that, and I love that. But it worried me a little bit because I was like, I hope that's not all that it is. But once you see that it's like 60 minutes per episode and it's 2 episodes, it becomes more apparent that what they're probably going to do is, one episode is going to be the rise of the character, how he came to be, like that kind of stuff, and like the impact of that. And then the second one will probably be about like the aftermath, of what came to that. And I do like that they are going into what seems to be trying to understand why something like this happened, and I really do want to see, like, because I don't know how far into like the backyard gang they're gonna get with like the photos and the footage and all that. I'm confident that they will have good stuff in there. I really want to see like how the show ended and what they're going to talk about with that, because that is really interesting to me. So yeah, produced by Scout Productions, and it looks pretty interesting. It looks pretty interesting. Also, in the snippets, I was looking and I had to keep rewinding because I wasn't sure if that was actually him or not. In the documentary, if you look at the trailer, the person that played Steve from Blue's Clues is in it, which is really, I don't want to say bizarre. It's not bizarre, but it's like he doesn't have anything to do with not only Barney, but like the network that Barney is on. So it was really strange seeing him there. I assume he's just there because he's another children's show character, right? And was Blue's Clues ever really seen as a rival to Barney? I don't know, but like I'm assuming that's why he's there. It's just interesting seeing that he was there. He was the first person to show up in the snippet for the Barney trailer, which is kind of funny. But yeah, so it's going to be interesting. October 12th is when it's dropping. So again, not that far away. It's just about a month or so, and a month and a couple weeks, and we should have that. I don't know what I'm going to do with that just yet. I don't want to do like a full documentary reaction. One, because that would be really detrimental to my channel, but also I want people to go and watch it on the service themselves. So maybe I'll do a reaction. No, because I want to watch it myself. I don't know. I'll do some sort of review to the documentary once it comes out, and just talking about it and what was shown and all that kind of stuff probably. But yeah, there's that. What do you guys think of the name of the documentary? What do you guys think about what they're going to be talking about, what they're going into? I think it's really interesting, but I want to hear what you guys what you guys are thinking in the comments below. So leave a comment. I will probably respond. I'll look at them for sure. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. There's a lot more to come. There's been a lot of stuff going on off stage that has been very just mind-racking and just distracting, and we're getting things back on track. So stay tuned, subscribe, like, share these videos around, and yeah, thank you guys so much, and I will see you guys in the next video. I forgot what I normally say at the end. See you. Thank you to Alicia, Cameron, Caroline, Amelia, Ian, Junior the Hedgehog, Common J, Mango, Megley, Nerdy Disney, Sawyer, Velveteen, and the rest of my patrons for supporting the stage.